the crowds have long gone from Pennyland Amusement Park. The band has packed up. The revelers gone home. An eerie silence has replaced the sounds of laughter as the buildings await the Wreckers Ball.
So, I was walking in the woods by this old abandoned amusement park. There was a window, and I went to look in the window, and I saw this vision. She was hideous. She was covered with blood. She was clawing at the window panes with her hands. And then she disappeared. And I was terrified, and I fled. And I've never seen anything like it, and I've never heard of anything like it, and that's what happened.
Somebody was trapped in here. Inside here. Somebody was confined in here.
Hey guys, this thing just spiked at 9.8. Just kicked out altogether. That's not supposed to happen.
No.
The police found blood, hair, and tissue samples in the room behind me, which led them to believe that this is where the murders took place. The killings were slow, brutal, and of a ritualistic nature. The police only found 2 bodies here, but they did find other blood, hair, and tissue samples, which led them to believe that as many as 10 people may have been brought here as victims.
When you join the police force, you have an idea of what you might encounter when you're on the job. One night I got a call. It seems somebody found a body at the old Pennyland Amusement Park. Well, I searched, and I found the body. Obvious overdose, a vagrant, next to the toilets. Now, when a body's found, we generally do a routine search of the grounds, and that's exactly what I did. Only when I looked under the old Ferris wheel, what I found next, I found 2 more bodies. The smell, those young girls. No amount of training could have ever prepared me for what I saw that night. I still can't get it out of my head. That was my last night on the force. I just can't bear to see anything like that again. How could someone be capable of that?
The 2 came up with a plan, and that was very quietly, without telling another soul, they were going to return to St. James Graveyard after midnight that night, and they were going to dig up the body of Samuel. And when they opened the coffin, there they found the body of Samuel Jocelyn, upside down in his coffin, a sign that indeed he had been buried alive. Now, rigor mortis had already set in, but as they looked at the body, they saw the fingers, and the fingers were bloodied and shredded from where he tried to claw his way out of that coffin. Shortly after that occurred here, and this did occur in other parts of the world, this is before embalming, it became a practice here at St. James as well as elsewhere to be buried with a string tied to your finger. The string would run out of your coffin and be attached to a headstone of your neighbors, to a bell specifically. This way, if you were accidentally buried alive, you could pull that string and ring that bell, and someone might hear it and come to your rescue. This is where the phrase is "saved by the bell," "dead ringer," and the graveyard shift all came about.
On the morning of October 9th, the remains of Jessie Keith, a young girl from the Elma Township, were found in a pool of blood by the lake. Listowel had fallen victim to the most disturbing murder in all of its history. Jessie Keith had not only been robbed of her life, but stripped of her childhood innocence. When her body was found, it was so badly mutilated that many feared Listowel had been paid a visit by Jack the Ripper, the elusive Whitechapel murderer from London, England. The Ripper gained his name from the sadistic way in which he left his victims, often gutted like an animal and arranged in a sick display of indulgence. Jessie Keith had suffered the same fate. One night, he coldly admitted his guilt, describing every gory detail to the detective.
You could knife me, you could shoot me, you could even hang me. It doesn't matter anymore. It's all finished. Every single thing is finished. You want to put an end to my life? That's it. Be my guest. I tell you. That little girl, when I had the chance, I gutted her like a pig.